If you increase taxes in a city or a state, will the rich move? That has been a big question in politics recently, with Zohar Mamdani winning the New York City mayoral race and proposing a 2% increase in taxes, in city taxes, to fund free buses, to fund free, not healthcare, free childcare, and a few other programs. And a lot of people, every billionaire, even billionaires that don't live in New York City, are saying, we're going to move, we're going to take the jobs, and the city is going to go down quickly. And, intuitively, that does make sense. From a common sense standpoint, it does make sense because billionaires are mobile. They have the ability to move wherever they want at any point. And if you are going to raise taxes, they're going to go to a place with lower taxes. It does make sense. But in practice, it does not happen. Do you want to know the 4 places, the 4 cities with the highest amount of billionaires? Number 1 is New York City. 70% Democrat, have some of the highest taxes. You've got New York state taxes, you got federal taxes, you got city taxes. New York City has the most billionaires, and they have among the highest taxes in the United States. So it's like, okay, why do all the billionaires live in New York City if they don't because the taxes are already high? Number 2, LA. Once again, a very liberal city, high state taxes, high city taxes, high federal taxes. Once again, 2 of the highest taxes in our nation, and a lot of billionaires live in LA, and a lot of the billionaires live in both. Then number 3, you have Chicago and Miami are pretty close. I looked at a few different websites, but we'll just go, we'll say Chicago first. Chicago, once again, among the highest taxes, city taxes, state taxes, federal taxes. If you look at the highest tax rates for living in a place, New York City, Chicago, LA are top 10 in our country. So you have to ask the question. Billionaires love to talk about, we're going to move if you raise our taxes. We're going to move to lower tax places. Why don't they? Why don't they? These state-city combos, you've got Illinois and Chicago, you've got New York and New York City, you've got California and LA, very high state taxes, very high city taxes, high amounts of regulation, and billionaires flock to those cities. It doesn't make any sense because all these billionaires that live in New York City, why don't you move? I mean, you've got the opportunity to move. Why don't you move? And then 4th place, you've got Miami, who out of the major billionaire hubs, Miami is the cheapest by a little bit in terms of taxes. But still, I mean, the taxes in Miami aren't low. They're lower than New York City, LA, and Chicago. But still, when you look at the places where billionaires live and headquarter, they're not in rural Kentucky. They're not in rural West Virginia. They're not in Wyoming. Billionaires love cities. And I just find it a bit ridiculous when they go on TV and they say, it's just basic econ 101. The billionaires move when taxes get raised. And that just isn't what's happening. The billionaires aren't moving because the majority, not the majority, it'd be the plurality because 50% billionaires don't live in New York City, but the plurality. If you look at, 12% of billionaires live in Chicago, 14% of them live in LA. If you look at the cities with the highest percentage of the billionaires, they all are blue cities. So they have to be doing something right. You can't say that the billionaires are just obsessed with low taxes because they're not. That's not their number 1 priority. The number 1 priority is to be in a place with a lot of population and a lot of transportation. Because what the billionaires need is they need workers to make money off of. They need a lot of people, which is in a city, check, and a lot of transportation, number 1, which is in a city, check. That's all they care about. They don't care about a 2% tax. The 2% tax is irrelevant. All billionaires care about is, do you have access to workers? It's that